long time no see. Welcome back to the channel. This light might not be a good idea. I just put a bunch of oil on my face so I'm very shiny. Make it better. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Katesbookdate. I'm an author and an editor. All my stuff is linked down below. We're working on book 11, trying to finish it. So a lot has happened since our last vlog. Lots of things to update you on, where to even start. I'll update you on the book first. So here's what our chart's looking like. We are to chapter, what is that, 38 now? I think I've added quite a bit of new stuff since our previous vlog, so our word count is now at about 104,000, but it's going really well. I'm honestly really happy with where it's at. Developmentally, I think I've pretty much tackled almost everything. I want to add another character to a scene towards the end. Every time I start a vlog, she does this every time. Max. I will say all of this was like a line edit. I do feel like I'm gonna want to go through all of these chapters again when I'm done with this pass and like really hone in on the line level, because I have been doing developmental stuff on the side, so a lot of material is new. I've written entirely new scenes, new paragraphs and stuff, so I do want to go through and read all the new stuff again for sure, but we're getting there. I have no concerns about finishing on time and everything. I've also been working on putting together my ARC and PR list, as I was talking about in the last vlog. So I have made some updates to that spreadsheet. I added all of the accounts that I want to reach out to. I think I have like 162 now, and I ended up separating it into 6 different tabs. So I have the people I'm going to be contacting and offering a PR box, the people who I'm only offering an ARC to, and then I have those 2 categories for TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And then the people I'm offering a PR box to, I'm also offering them an ARC. So I've basically gone through all of the accounts that I compiled and organized them into one of those 2 categories. And I've also put together my calendar of dates. I don't think I can show it to you just yet, but I have scheduled out every post I'm gonna make for a little over a month leading up to release, every date, what announcements coming on what date. I have finally figured everything out. Don't look too closely, but I got a whole chart. And I made a ton of graphics. Like, this is for Instagram. I've made pretty much all of the graphics ahead of time that I need to post to. So we are on top of it. I am already starting to reach out to ARC readers, even though it's a little bit tough because I don't have the Goodreads page up, I don't have the Amazon page up, I haven't done the cover reveal, I haven't done the blurb or the title reveal, so I like can't send them any of that stuff. But because I'm not planning on announcing any of that until relatively close to release, I don't want to wait and then reach out to ARC readers at like the last minute, because ARC reading is a little bit time sensitive, and if you don't give them a heads up, it might not fit into their schedule. So I am starting to reach out to people, and besides these 162 people I'm going to be reaching out to myself, I'm also going to be opening it up and letting people apply, but I'm going to do that. It's in the calendar. It's a part of the timeline plan, so we're not there yet. If you're interested in any of this like release stuff, I am planning on doing a couple of dedicated videos for it. I think I'm going to have a behind the scenes vlog of all of this, and then I also have a sit down video, just like I have a bunch of talking points mapped out, so those will be going up honestly probably after release, but I do have plans to make that. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I'll kind of keep those in mind for when I do those videos. A couple of orders of business. Also, the pre-orders for Romantasy BookCon are now open. I have a form linked down below where you can go pre-order your books if I'm going to see you in October in Orlando. If I'm going to see you in October in Orlando, I would highly encourage you to use that pre-order form. I will have some stock at my table, but not very much, especially because I'm flying all the way there. Like, it's not going to be easy for me to bring stuff with me, so I'm going to have it shipped there, and I don't want to have anything left over because I don't want to have to ship it back, so I'm not planning on having a lot at the table. So if there's anything in particular that you want to get, I would highly recommend pre-ordering it so you don't end up disappointed. I'm going to have this there for the first time ever. It's an omnibus of the full series. Actually, I have a physical copy I can show you now. Here she is. It's a massive heavy weapon, but I am so happy with how the cover turned out. So it's all 4 books in one. Nice floppy paperback. I worked really hard to get the formatting so it's still comfortable to read. The text isn't too small, but I also didn't want it to be too big. It's about 1,000 pages. For now, this is pretty much exclusive to the event. It's not available anywhere else. If you want to get this, it'll be there, or you can pre-order it for there. How to phrase this? It's exclusive there for now because you can't buy it anywhere else right now, but it won't be forever. Like, I eventually will offer this elsewhere, but eventually as in next year, probably. In other news, I'm still working on a copy edit for a client, and that's going really well. And I've also been trying really hard to get back into reading. So I've been tracking every day how much I read to try and keep me accountable, because tracking how much I work every day is really helpful. And I also track like what workouts I do every day, and like keeping myself accountable that way, it works so well. So I don't know why I've never like translated that over to how much I read per day. So I've started doing that. I'm in the middle of 3 books right now. I'm rereading The Mountain Is You. I like having a mix of nonfiction and fiction going at the same time. So I'm about 50 pages into this. I only read like 10 or so pages a day of these nonfiction ones, and then I've been making pretty good progress in my fiction book. So I'm also reading Story Genius. I totally forgot that I was in the middle of this. I found it like tucked away under some furniture because the cats knocked it under there, and I was like, oh yeah, I was reading that a while ago. I think I'm also like 50 pages into this one. And then I'm also reading War. I'll put a picture up here because I have it on my Kindle. This is the second book in the Four Horsemen series. I read the first one a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I really liked it. And I don't know what like possessed me a few days ago to pick this up and be like, yeah, I kind of wanted to continue with that series. It took me a little bit to get into it. It took me a couple of days, and then yesterday I ended up reading like 150 pages, and now I'm like into it. I quite like these. I really like the way that she writes. I actually think once I finish this series of hers, there's 4 books, one for each of the horsemen, I'll probably go and read something else of hers. I'm just like really vibing with her writing right now. These books I just find to be a good mix of like, I genuinely enjoy the plot and the characters. There's a little bit of spice in there, but it's not too heavy-handed where it feels like that's the main focus and the plot takes a back seat. I'm imagining they're all gonna have this like enemies to lovers vibes, because none of the women like immediately are okay with the fact that this man is killing everyone on earth. So I like that kind of like tension. I think it's done really well. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm curious. I'm a little bit worried about it getting repetitive with basically the same story 4 times. But so far with these 2 different horsemen, it actually hasn't felt too repetitive. So I'm curious to see what the other 2 books look like as well. That's what's been going on. Today we're working on the editing clients, and I want to get a few chapters of Gracie's book edited, and I think we'll go from there. Also, I know we've been doing these little Q&A sections in every video. I don't think there were any questions on the previous video. I'm gonna go check right now. So if you have any questions that you want answered in the next vlog, feel free to comment them today. I lied, there was one question. Would you be willing to share an example of what you write when reaching out to ARC readers and influencers, or what research you did to help you figure out wording to reach out to people? Yes, I think that'll actually fit in pretty well into those specific videos that I'm going to make.
I got the